हेलो एंड वेलकम टू द ओपन माइंड विथ यू। ओपन माइंड विथ यू में आपका स्वागत है। आप देख रहे हैं कि देर इज़ अ चेंज इन द टाइटल, द ओपन माइंड विथ यू instead of the open mind. I had to make this change because I came to know last night that there is already another channel with the same name, the open mind, and I never wanted this channel to get confused with the other one. दो उसने 8 महीने के आसपास से कुछ रिलीज नहीं किया है, बट दैट्स फाइन. यू कन्वेज इन फैक्ट इट better meaning because you is for Umesh and you is for YOUU. So this channel is for the interaction between YOU and you. All right. So what is the date today? Today is June 21st June 2021. और आज का डेट की खासियत ये है कि टुडे इज ऑल्सो नोन एज द इंटरनेशनल योग डे or International Yoga Day. I think today is the 7th International Yoga Day, and this day has been an initiative of our PM Shri Narendra Modi. So you must be wondering that on this first season, this being the first episode of this channel, E01, what this fellow is going to talk about yoga. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about anything related to yoga because in my studio I have a guest who has just walked in from her hectic schedule, and she is a very important guest for the day in particular and in my life forever because she is none other than my wife and Yogacharya Asha Rindani. Welcome, Yogacharya Asha.
Thank you so much.
So, why I chose her as the guest? Obviously, because this is the first episode, so I must start. And today is 21st June, so who better than giving you and me some guidance, some wisdom, some thoughts on this Yoga Day other than my better half and Yogacharya herself. So, very difficult to call her by her name because I have a nickname for her. So, uh, Yogacharya Asha, because I must ask her like that, right? Because she is my guest of honor. Tell us something about your journey which led you to becoming a Yogacharya.
It's a very long journey. Yeah, actually speaking, I was inclined towards yoga ever since I was a child, and we had subject yoga as a subject in the school, and everyone used to find it boring, but I always liked that subject. And then I kept on searching yoga class wherever I shifted, after college also, after my marriage also, and uh, wherever I shifted. And then once I went to a classes, and then there I started teaching out of flair. And sir said, "Why don't you do Yogacharya? Why don't you become a teacher properly?" So I said, "Can I?" Sir said, "Yes, you know so many things, and you can learn so many things. So I would suggest you start learning and become a teacher." And that's how I became a Yogacharya. And then, even after that, I kept on learning more and more. I kept on exploring the subject, and I'm still exploring.
After becoming Yogacharya, and that too after so many years of becoming Yogacharya, you are still exploring. पता नहीं मेरे जैसे बंदे का क्या हाल होगा और क्या लेवल पे होंगे हमारी थिंकिंग from learning and educational point of view. So there is, I mean, sky is the limit for us, I think.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So one of my questions was that how long does it take? But I think you have already explained that it takes either it must be, I'm sure that process must not be taking that long, but to really get the wisdom and thoughts, it must be taking time.
You must have seen that nowadays, even within a month, they have started giving yoga teachers training certification. So um, on paper you are yoga teacher, but how much knowledge you have, that depends on your investigation and experience and dedication.
Okay, that's so correct. And tell me one thing, in India, we talk about yoga and all that. That is understandable because this is part of our culture and I think heritage also. But how come yoga is so popular globally?
Yeah, people started knowing the benefits of yoga, how rich this heritage is, and how much beneficial is to a person's life. So it became popular internationally, and now that whole world is celebrating internationally Yoga Divas.
Oh, right. And I think there are various branches of yoga, and I mean, I have read about this from other books that from other interests that I have, that there are various types of yoga, especially that are practiced outside India, in US in particular, I think.
See, actually, yoga is not just exercise. It's not physical exercise. It's yoga. Yoga means to combine. It's combination of your mind, body, and soul, and also Ashtang Yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi.
Oh.
So, yes. So, just doing exercises and performing asan is only performing asan is not yoga. You cannot call that yoga. Of course, it helps, but it helps as an exercise, not as a yoga as a whole.
Oh, okay, so thanks for giving this insights because I'm sure this would help some of the listeners. Maybe some of them are already knowing about it, some of them are not knowing, but it really helps knowing these finer things. And tell me one thing, there is another thing. Actually, this is a myth that I'm coming to the next point is that is yoga religion based? I mean, people have a mythical thinking that it is only for Hindus and based on Hindu philosophy of life.
Yoga is a way of life, actually.
Oh,
And yeah, yoga is way of life. And uh, you breathe. Whatever religion you belong to, you
correct.
breathe.
Yeah, I do breathe. Everyone
Uh,
will breathe, is that
yeah,
correct?
yeah. And everyone does exercises and all. When it's combined with, when breath is combined with exercise and meditation and all, so all these things help you in improving yourself. So, how can this be connected with a religion? Everyone wants to improve themselves, and yeah, maybe this is considered as Hindu thing because this was invented by Hindus long back, Maharishi Patanjali and all. So maybe people think that this is only for Hindus, but anything which has benefits, it's for everyone, every living person.
Very true. In fact, I would go to the extent of saying that yoga itself is a religion, isn't it?
You can say so.
दूसरी बात ये है कि ये सोच ऐसी है कि योग इज जनरली मेंट फॉर पीपल हु आर अबव 40 और 45 इयर्स इज दिस एंड अप टू 40-45 इयर्स इट्स ऑल ओके.
You're asking this question to a wrong person because I started very young, and nowadays even young people are interested in yoga after Western countries following this.
सो जस्ट बिकॉज लंदन अमेरिका ने देख लिया बोला कि योग करो तो नाउ पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग दैट ओ आई कैन एट द एज ऑफ 20 ऑल्सो आई कैन डू योग. Also, it is the belief that, of course, I also had this belief that yoga is like very difficult and boring, When I started off also I felt that योग एक्चुअली एक पहाड़ के जैसा है जो मैं कभी भी ऊपर चढ़ नहीं सकूंगा उसको आई विल नेवर बी एबल टू क्लाइम टू द पीक इज दैट सो
सी इट्स अ जर्नी इनवर्ड्स एक्चुअली एंड जब आप ट्रैकिंग पे जाते हैं तो आप जब माउंटेन को देखते हैं तो लगता होगा कि ओ माय गॉड यहाँ कैसे पहुँचा जाएगा बट once you start you enjoy the journey and when you reach the great sense of achievement is there, so this is what yoga gives you.
Wow, beautiful thing. So I mean, if somebody else is on the other side, that person is listening, or he or she, maybe they would have got the right kind of encouragement with this line. Then there is another thing is that steam yoga is better than the normal yoga because nowadays steam yoga has started. What is that?
Yoga is beneficial, may be beneficial, but it has its own disadvantages also. So it's best if one does it at the temperature, whatever is temperature around them, without AC or without artificial heated up room.
That's good to know. And the last myth that I could think of is that yoga and meditation are the same thing.
Meditation and yoga is not same, but meditation is part of yoga sadhana. As I said earlier, there are 8 limbs of yoga. So yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So dhyan
Okay,
is
dhyan is
meditation.
Okay, so clear now about these myths. So let's now talk about the benefits that one could get by performing yoga. So I remember that you had told some time back that when I had asked you casually that in one line, if you can explain what would be the benefits of yoga, so you had mentioned that it is as if on a dark, rainy day, suddenly you find a rainbow.
You find a rainbow, and that beautiful feeling of joy is yoga.
So, can you tell us because not everybody may be able to understand that deep meaning of this
Yeah,
sentence.
it's actually benefits are endless. It improves your respiratory system, it improves your digestion system, it improves your skeletal system, it improves your endocrine system, it improves your nervous system.
Oh,
So your system of your life will change for
wow.
sure and for good.
Oh, that's great to know. And you, there was also mention of some क्या बोलते हैं उसको psychosomatic elements. What are these?
Yeah,
Tell us
meditation.
language.
Yeah, pranayama and meditation helps eliminating psychosomatic diseases also.
And my personal experience has been that meditation has really helped me focus in a much improved manner and thought clarity, which is very important in this noisy world today. Am I right?
Of course, you are.
Okay, that's great to know. And now I know your time is very crucial today because you have lots to accomplish before on this IYD 2021. So I'll not take much of your time, but any final words of yogic wisdom, Yogacharya Ashaji?
Don't wait for the right moment to start yoga. Start it now.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Provided you have not taken your lunch or dinner right now, you should be empty stomach and you can start your yoga practice anytime and continue to do it consistently.
That's the way to go. Consistency is the key. Thank you very much for coming over to my show and gracing and kickstarting the process of the Open Mind with You channel.
Anything for you, and thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you. My pleasure.